Okay, so I got this Korg from the local library, and today we're gonna find out what it's all about. So you see it's a pretty small box. It's like the size of a hand, and it has like a keyboard down here, and then you have a lot of switches, but also you can patch several functions. That's what we're gonna try out. And it comes with a built-in speaker, and apparently you maybe could even put in batteries in here. What we are doing, we connect it to a sound bar, so just that the sound is a little bit better. And then this baby of course needs sound as well. And now let's just turn it on. So, and if you go on the Korg website, you find actually patch patterns. So the first one I want to try out, it's called a walking bass. And let me just plug that in, and then we see how it sounds. So just, I play number 5 and 7 here, and then just try to remember how it sounds after we changed it. Okay, so regarding to the manual, we first have to patch in here, and from here we have to go all the way here. That's number 1. And then we have to have another patch wire in here, which goes down to here. And then there is a third wire which goes from here to, if I got that right, there. And now let's just, do not see a big difference, but then we have to put that here. And then it says we have to change that a little bit. So, all the way down, all the way here. And now you hear it's a different sound. It's indeed more a bass sound. Alrighty, so that's what they call a walking bass. Let's try another sound. The next one they call vibrato. Okay, so for the vibrato, it says we have to plug it in here. And this goes all the way to this one here. And then the next one, apparently we have to plug in here. And then we go all the way to here. But we are not done yet. Then the next one, the wire has to go in here, and then it goes to the cutoff here. And then we need another short wire, which goes from here to there, but we are not done yet, because then we have a wire which goes from here to there. And now let's see. Oh, of course, I forgot something. Now we have to change this. And that goes to here. And that's in the right position. This one has to go somewhere here. And this one has to go into the middle. Somewhere here and there. Oh, and indeed you hear it's a total different sound. Okay, let's try another one. The next one is called Dubstep bass. Let's try this one. Okay, so for the Dubstep bass, they want us to have a wire put in here, and then it goes all the way to what's called split to the upper corner. Then the next wire goes from here all the way to here in the middle, and then honestly it's pretty hard to follow. Then we have a wire which comes from that which is labeled split here, and that goes to time. And we are not done yet. Then we can take a shorter one. Then from time, the wire goes up here. And then there's another one which goes from time to here. And now we have to toggle these switches. This one has to go to A. This one has to go somewhere here. The one which called mod goes here. This one somewhere here. Attack goes to this position. Release goes to the middle position. Cut off goes to here. Now let's hear. And we hear nothing. So that's interesting. Maybe I did something wrong. That's crazy. Let's take them all out. Okay, so let's do it basically live. So the first one comes from here, from split, and then it goes all the way down to release. Still does something. And then the next one comes from here all the way to cut off, right here in the middle. Okay, and then we have one wire coming from here to there. And then a wire from here has to go to split. And that was my mistake. We actually missed one. Then another wire from split. Now we are getting full of wires. From here, just goes right in the middle of this one. And then a wire from here goes all the way to here. And you know what? Interestingly, we still hear nothing. Let's just change some things here. So I'm pretty sure now that I did the wiring correctly. And that is kind of strange. All right, let's try another one. All right, so let's do a easy one. Right now we go here, and then it says we have to go into woggle, and it's called Western Bongo. This one has to be turned down. This one goes into the middle. Then the modulator goes into the middle. Release It's in the right position, and check is in the right position. They are turned off here. Then this one goes to the middle, and this one to this one. And apparently that's a Western bongo. Now, I do not know how a Western bongo would sound. Apparently like this. Let's do another one. They call it random release. So what's that going to do? So first we have to plug in here, and then we go into here. And then there is another wire, and this one goes from functions all the way to cut off ABs. And then there is another one which comes from what they call the woggle. Let's just make sure we got it, from the woggle to cut off, and it goes here in the middle. Now we have to put this one here in the middle position. Cut off goes all the way to here, and then this one goes into the middle. That's off. This one goes here, and alrighty, now let's just change something like what they call the fold. Let's just try another one that has a nice name. It's called Polyrhythmic Duo. Let's try to close that video, the polymetric duo. So you want to put a wire in here which goes all the way to here, and then we have a wire right next to this one which goes all the way in here. And then finally we have some small patches to do. So we're gonna patch this wire into here, and then we're gonna patch a wire right next to it, and the one right next to it should go here. And then the cut off, this one has to go all the way here. We have that. This one, something like here. This has to go down. This has to go to this position. We are correct here. Release has to go to the middle. Attack all the way down. This one has to go to the middle. The one shape has to go down, cut off here, and this one all the way here. Alrighty, so that's basically what we could do. There is another one which is called Gate Mate. And I am pretty sure, of course, you can make your own patterns. Since I'm not familiar with this machine right now, we just go with the patterns we find online. So this one has to go in this position here, and you always see it with this line, so it's connected now to fold. So we patch this cable, which is called fold, to what's called ABC, and which goes to the cut off. And then we have another one from this cut off here, cut off A, and cut off A goes all the way up here in this position. And once we have this one, there is another cut off right below this one. We have to put that in and that actually sits right next to its partner. And by the way, clock has to go to the middle, fold has to go all the way here, this one has to go somewhere in this vicinity. We are already good here, release all the way down, attack all the way down, time apparently to the middle. This one goes to the middle, and this one goes all the way down. Now I guess we have to turn these are all off. Alrighty, so there you have it. These are the patterns, and there are many more, but you can see actually it's always kind of telling you from the source and then how it spreads out. You can excuse me, record with it, and apparently you usually just have to hit the function and then step record. And now let's try. So the recording did not work, but actually, as far as I really know, you have to. Huh. Kind of funny, but what I see, if you hold the function key, you can actually switch through the functions. Unfortunately, I do not have a manual, but I guess you get an idea now. And last thing I want to try, there is actually, we can have an input here. Let's try what happens there.